Hello and welcome to the channel, everybody. In this video I want to talk about my Fanatec Clubsport V1 Universal hub that I bought and unboxed a few weeks ago. Now, I said I'd come back to you on this about these flappy paddles here. I didn't particularly like the feel of them. As I said, I'm probably going to get the podium paddle module for this. But I did buy these LMR 3D printed cheapo ones. I think they're 35 bucks or something on eBay. So I thought we just give them a shot. I mean, it's probably worth a YouTube video, I would say, the 35 bucks. Here's the factory one. Not much to really see, but as you can see, there's a lot of movement there. And actually, the activation on this, you might be able to hear it. It activates right there. Only that far in, but yet still goes quite a bit further. You don't even need to push it all the way. It's just a very small little click, click that you need to press. So I don't know why that needs to go all the way down like that. You can see that there's two little screws, holes there and there. As I mentioned, I ordered these off eBay. They came in a little pack like this. It comes with the screws you need to go into the threads in the back of the Clubsport Universal hub. So very easy to install. It's literally just whack them on the back and 4 screws, and let's see if it makes at least 30% better. That would be good. Like for the money, 35 Australian dollars, that is, by the way. In the US and everything, that would be much cheaper. I did have a discount code for these just in my eBay Plus, I think it was. I think I ended up getting these for like 25 Australian dollars. These screws seem to fit perfectly. I normally get a table and all that set up for this kind of video, but to be honest, I was just a bit lazy today. And I had my vaccine yesterday. I don't think I can mention which vaccine. I think YouTube doesn't like that word, but I'm sure you know which vaccine I'm talking about. So I'm not feeling 100% today, and my arm is killing me, if I'm being honest. And a little bit sleepy. I've slept for most of the day today. So I've just put those in finger tight, and I'll put these ones in finger tight. Oh, now I'm dirty. For some reason, all the grease in the shaft goes black. One thing I will say about these, straight away, is I don't understand why the screws are so big. I don't think it interferes with anything, so I think that's okay. But that was just my first impressions. So since I haven't quite tightened it up, I'm going to push these all the way as far out as possible. Actually, no, I won't. I'll push them in as far in as possible. Then I'm going to get my little Allen key, ratchet, and tighten them up. I don't think these need to be particularly tight. Of course, you don't want to break the 3D printing. I'm actually amazed this doesn't have washers on the back. I would have thought it would have some washers, because I don't want to tighten these up too much. Otherwise, you'll potentially just crack them and break them. And I don't want to do that. Obviously this review can't stand for all 3D printed magnetic paddles like these. There's quite a few of them going around from different companies. To me, just by having a look at that, I don't know if you can see that through the camera, but this paddle here and this paddle here look like they were printed nearly on two different printers, or this one was printed slower and this one was printed faster. See the nice kind of texture you've got there? Whereas on this side, it's very, you can see the layers in this side and the lines that the 3D printer went down. Whereas this, you don't see it at all. The only time you see it is in the LMR there. My point is, with 3D printed parts, you will get different qualities out there. Weirdly enough, this is from the same company, and they're two different. Another thing I want to make point to, I don't know if that's coming up on camera, but there is a bit of flex there. As I pull that down, the whole 3D printed paddle also moves down with it for a bit before it delatches. So there's quite a bit of flex there. I don't think it's going to break, but it is a bit annoying. You could have easily done a few more layers on that, in my opinion, and the flex would not be there. So I probably would have liked, especially with the long bolts, I mean, you could have easily done a bit thicker paddles. I say paddles, they're not really paddles, are they? Alright, here in iRacing now, we're in the Porsche 911R, GT3R, sorry. Just in test, we're not racing anybody, we're just feeling the paddles. Alright, so you might have seen some lock-up marks back there. That wasn't me, of course. Even though I'm the only one in this test session. Of course that wasn't me. Alright, just warming up the tyres a little bit. Not that I'm going for a fast lap or anything, but just feeling the paddles, trying not to concentrate on it too much. I just didn't like these beforehand. They were so spongy and springy, but without taking too much notice and trying not to concentrate on it too much, it does feel a little bit like my McLaren GT3 wheel now. It has made the paddles feel much better. Probably went a bit too far inwards there, and probably not far enough inwards there. Anyway. Oh, missing the apex again. But definitely feeling better. When I didn't have these little magnetic paddles on before, you know, I was showing you the long throw before on the paddles. I tend not to notice that now. Whoop, nearly lost it. Not a fast lap time. But as I said, not necessarily going for lap time. Not that I can when I talk. Terrible when I talk. I just can't concentrate properly. Yeah, it just makes the wheel feel a bit more premium. Obviously, if you get the V2 version of this, you'll get the Fanatec version of the magnetic paddles with that wheel, without paying any additional. But if you have the V1, like I do, this does make it feel so much better. What I was saying before, which I totally forgot to finish, was with I'm just getting slower. With the magnetic paddles on, I don't notice the large throw as much as I did before. Like before, the large throw used to annoy me quite a lot. But now it doesn't feel like it has a large throw. It feels like a shorter throw, but of course that's just an illusion of sorts. Oh! Clips the dirt there. It's a shame that wasn't going to be a bad lap. I was actually up then. In saying that, I've never actually driven this car on this track before, and I'm just using practically a baseline setup with tyre pressures adjusted a little bit. The flex that I felt before was like back before I was racing, and there was a little bit before the engagement. It's not as noticeable when you're racing. It's definitely better. So anyway, my conclusion on these little paddles, these cheap paddles, is they're worth the $35. Especially if you don't want to spend money on the podium paddle module. Podium paddle module in Australian dollars is like $300. So $300 compared to $35, or the $25 I paid for it. I'm not concentrating on what I'm doing there. I need to shift. Big difference. Okay. What am I shifting up there for? My small gripe with them, however, is of course that flex, and I think you could do a few more layers and make them a little bit more rigid. I think that would make them feel a little bit closer to the magnetic paddle shifters on my McLaren GT3 wheel, for instance. because even though you don't notice the flex as much when you're driving, it is still there. And I think if you're going to do it, then you might as well do it properly. Yeah, I might even feed print some of my own, just to see if I can make some better. I don't know. Do them a bit thicker and see just how much of a difference thicker ones make. But if that sounds interesting to you, maybe hit that like button if you liked it. Subscribe for more videos. And I'm gonna crash because my brakes have failed. Uh-oh. Actually, oh, that would have hurt. Oh, my poor. I got more than wheel damage, man. Anyway. It's toast. It's a Vegemite toast. Oh, look at that. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that like button if you liked it. Subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you in the next video.